at his funeral in the nation's capital.
And in less than 2 weeks, President-elect Donald Trump, of course, will return to the Oval Office. Kevin O'Neill tells us how a new exhibit at Buffalo Presidential Center honors Grover Cleveland's history, one of our two presidents from Western New York.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's a Grover Cleveland and Donald Trump connection as well. Guys who lost the presidency and won it back again. There's a Buffalo connection to all the presidents. Many of them, I would certainly say. Matter of fact, Shane Stevenson, how are you?
Hi, Kevin.
Buffalo comparison to Washington, D.C., what was that quote?
Yeah, that Buffalo has the most influence in national politics besides Washington, D.C. We have the richest presidential history outside of D.C.
It's remarkable, too. So Jimmy Carter, who was being laid to rest,
Yes.
unfortunately mourned today, he came to Buffalo to campaign.
Correct.
But Buffalo was in the national news in the late 70s for a couple of reasons, but he was part of the response.
Correct. For, of course, the blizzard of '77, Buffalonians were really appreciative of the national emergency and the National Guard and the federal funding that we got, and also, again, for the man-made disaster of Love Canal, that he really got involved and rustled federal support.
We will also mention the Carters came back to Western New York for their 50th wedding anniversary. Okay, Grover Cleveland, mayor of Buffalo.
Yeah.
Also, and he met his wife. So he married a friend's daughter.
Yes, he did.
A stunningly beautiful Frances Folsom.
That's very true. He was 49 and she was 21.
A 21-year-old first lady.
Yes,
okay.
and she was a social influencer throughout.
Yeah, back in the day.
Absolutely.
Yeah, she was like the Jackie O or even the
Princess
lady
Diana
of her day. People loved her.
People loved her, and they put her name and image on everything. Companies all over
without
the country
permission.
without permission.
They would just put her on whatever, any sort of like kidney and liver medicine. And even their baby even was a marketing opportunity.
Their baby Ruth, right? There's some talk that baby Ruth was named after their first daughter, Ruth Cleveland.
Neat, great. So, and how can people use the Presidential Center? How can people?
Sure, we are open Saturdays 10 to 4. We don't charge admission. We are in the Central Library on the second floor, so people can come in, they can peruse, they can talk to all of the volunteers that are working here, get more information on the presidency, and of course, we ask to leave a small donation or a contribution to us.
It's good for school groups too.
It is.
And do you on occasion will do
Right,
remote speeches?
Yes, of course. We do have a speakers bureau with other board members that talk about presidencies, the first ladies, just interesting things about the presidency, just all of the presidential visits to Buffalo.
Excellent. Great timeline here. Really a fascinating visit, especially if you're into American history or presidential history. The website is buffalopresidentialcenter.org, and we're on the second floor of the library downtown.
Fascinating stuff. All right, Kevin, thank you.